Hey guys, we got some updates today from our persimmon grafting here. So we got one tree here that took and then one right behind where the camera is. Just gonna just talk through exactly how and what those are doing. We definitely have ended up with some kind of pest, beetles, and also some aphids of some form on some of these, but you know, they are growing. Dean Family Acres. Hey guys, Matt Dean here from Dean Family Acres, and today we're going to be working on some persimmon grafting. This is something that took me about 3 years to get right. Let's hope that this year this will work well. The weather is supposed to be absolutely beautiful. It is right now about mid-April, and this week is supposed to be kind of in the 70s, and we won't have rain again until on Saturday. So I'm gonna have pretty much a full week if I get a couple of these grafts done, and hopefully then they'll be successful. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of start working on that, and then I'll kind of show you some results. I'll show you with some before, and then I'll show you just a couple different grafts once I kind of brush the rust off, as I'm trying to remember. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've done some grafts. So here we go, we'll get into it. Just before I get started, this is the tree I'm gonna start with. You can see I've tried to graft this before and they didn't take. So I'm gonna try and graft each of these, and then I'll probably try and graft a couple of these limbs here like I tried before. These leafed out, and then I think just the weather messed up a couple years ago. So we'll try and get this. And then we've got these here. That one is a persimmon. And then there are 2 more kind of right over there that are all out. This is a whole American persimmon kind of bunch there, or grove I guess you would say maybe. But a lot of those limbs just hang out so far, so I don't know that I have any that I can actually graft onto on the big tree. Alright guys, so here's after, and you can see we got several grafts on here. I'll kind of point these out to you. This is Jiro, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grafts going. So hopefully that'll be good. I think this one down here I'm not so sure about, just because the wood was kind of hollowed out, but we'll try it. If any of these take, I'll be super happy, because then I can just prune off all the rest and let this turn into a Jiro. So well, on to the next one. All right guys, this is over by where we kind of compost, and I've tried to graft this one before. This is a Jiro persimmon, and I grafted it in, let's see, 6 different areas, and it looks like 4 have taken. So we've got a really good take here, take here, take here, and take here. But you can see these aphids or something has gotten them. I mean, the stem still looks strong, but it just is not growing like you would think. This one here is done, like I said, exceptionally well. And our goal is just to have some alternatives, some Asian varieties to all the American here. We're pretty certain that American is where some of these suckers and or seedlings are coming from. All right guys, so we're gonna be working on these two trees here. We've got these persimmons that are kind of, I think they're root suckers, but they honestly might be from seed because our patch is right here. But I'm gonna be putting a Hanna Fuyu and a Matsumoto here. So we're gonna do one on each tree. So I've got about 5 or 6 different varieties that I had someone send me. I'm gonna try a different one on each tree, and then that way I'll know exactly what that tree is and won't have multiple different grafts. If you've got enough trees to be able to try that, I encourage you to. And then we've also got some other seedlings that we had from last year that didn't take, so I'm going to be grafting some of those as well. Not sure if that'll be in this video, but we're going to just kind of show you a compilation of some of the stuff we're doing. This one I think I'm going to actually end up top working, so gonna lop off some big chunks, and we're going to just try and do a bark graft on some, and then we also are going to be doing some whip and tongue on a couple of the smaller areas. Here we go. All right, that'll get us a head start, and then we'll come back in here and work some. I probably should have waited and not just done all of that, because you don't want these things to kind of heal over by the time you get there. However, the weather's supposed to be absolutely perfect. I think I might have mentioned that earlier, but it's supposed to be like in the 70s all this week, where before it's been in like the upper 80s and lower 90s. So, and no rain for almost 6 days, which is absolutely perfect. We're gonna see if we can get some of these grafted, and we'll bring you back in for a couple close-ups. All right guys, so we got a bark graft going here. The inner wood of this doesn't look great, but I needed to print it back anyway. Got pretty much everything else grafted. This is the Hanna Fuyu, and let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other grafts of Hanna Fuyu, and we're just gonna add this other one here. And basically what I did was I kind of just put a slit here, and on the scion I basically just kind of sliced it like you would do a whip and tongue, but without putting the tongue on it. So you just made that, and then the back side, actually this side I did that, then the back side you just make it super as thin as possible. And then I'm just going to take some electrical tape, make it stick, pull it tight, because that is key with these bark grafts. And be super tight. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too many, so I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna go with 2 buds on this one. We will save this one for later. Let's put it back in my bag before I drop it and or get it confused. I've done this in the past with the pears, and I actually put toilet bowl wax, but it's in the house and I'm ready for supper, and I do not want to have to go back in. So I'm just going to kind of start the wrap here. Try my best to only wrap over buds like this one time. Kind of bring it around, up just above it, and now I'll just bring it back down. I'll either tear that off or just wrap it back around the scion. All right, so that's in there pretty good. You see this moving the whole tree. And I'll take my electrical tape and I'm just going to cover this up. Again, this is what I've used toilet bowl backs for in the past. But I think this will be fine. One, just trying to, again, make sure we got this sealed off really, really well. So we got Hanna Fuyu on this side, and we're actually gonna, what I've been doing is just labeling the bag with a permanent marker, and then using the tag that the guy sent me to put on the tree. And that'll work. And it also keeps me straight. A couple of these tags still have the little pull outs you gotta do, so I'll put those in the bag and I know the colors match. These are not the same tags that I ordered from Fig Bid, but they seem to work fine, and he sent them to me and I didn't ask any extra, but all I'm gonna do is probably just go here. So Hanna Fuyu here, Matsumoto there. That's those two, and then that'll just give me, I think, at least 2 more of the seedling / root suckers that I know I want to graft over here. I've got some other small ones right next to a peach over there. I'm just not sure that I'll be able to move it. Definitely permaculture style over there if I do that, because it'll be pretty close to each other. But I think that's it for now, and I don't know if we'll have another insert in regards to grafting persimmons specifically, but we'll have a update going throughout the spring and summer with shorts. So if you're not subscribed, I would encourage you to subscribe. You just do that down below. If you hit that bell, it'll show you pretty much every time that we post a video. And we're trying to post a short almost every day now for close to a month. We're going to keep trying to do that as much as possible. If we get enough long format videos actually edited, we might try and start adding some of those throughout the week as well. But for now, we're still sticking to Sundays, at least at the date of this recording, which I believe is April 18th-ish. It's a Sunday evening. Weather's beautiful. It's honestly getting a little chilly with my short sleeves on. But we got 3 different varieties of persimmon grafted. Please let some of these take. And then over here, did a bunch of grafts. This is Matsumoto on this trunk. And then we've got Hanna Fuyu on this trunk. And you can see we basically cut it back and tried to get every single area. Looks like we've got 3 on the Hanna Fuyu. So we got 1 here that took, 1 here. Again, the beetles have just hammered that one. And this one up at the top is doing really, really well. The downside is it's probably about 7.5 feet tall there, but it's okay. And then on the Matsumoto, we have 2. So this one here is doing fairly well. Again, of course, it's the highest one. That's all right. And then this one here is taken as well. But you can also see, you know, just where it looks like they take and they're going to come out, but then they just don't thrive. Almost all of these popped out and grew, but then they just died back. And don't really know for sure what caused that. But as a whole, it is what it is there. But at least we've got 3 new varieties. Hopefully these will make it through winter, and next year they will just completely take off. So there'll be 3 new varieties of Asian persimmon. Honestly, I think it's all about timing with persimmons. You got to get them timed right. I probably could have been out here a little sooner to do this, but I think the weather, just as hot as it was, wasn't lining up. And I know that in the past, you also need to kind of pay attention to, they'll start putting suckers off. You got to come out here and knock them down, just like I have been doing on the pears and on the peaches and on the apples, for that matter. But you got to stay on top of these. You just got to stay on top of them, getting that cleaned off. And this year we didn't do any kind of nurse limbs at all. I've never had any take on these sucker trees, so maybe the issue has been some sucker limbs. Who knows? But this year we got plenty of scions. from this gentleman. I actually got some more from someone else. So we've got a lot of different varieties. I actually have some extra seedlings coming in here, supposed to be this week. I'm hoping that they'll be big enough to be able to graft. If not, it is what it is. But for now, this is gonna work, we hope. So again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and stick around for updates. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. And don't forget to remember what's most important and who gives us breath each and every day, even though we certainly don't deserve it, and that's Jesus Christ. Just remember him, and if you don't know him, I'd encourage you to learn a little bit about him and be open and listening to his teachings, so that your heart can be changed and your life can be changed just like mine has and so many others. Thanks so much, guys. Y'all have a good one.